Hi, Posh Hearts. Welcome to this week's team training. So this week, I really wanted to talk to you guys about recruiting and building a team and why it's important to build a team. So there are lots of different types of consultants. So there are 6 different types of consultants. So I'll post a graphic for it. But basically, there's a friends and family consultant. There's a seasonal consultant. Okay, so we'll go over. Friends and family is they like using it for themselves, and they like, so they kind of do it for personal benefits. So they get to buy products for themselves and get commission back, and they sell to people that they know. There's a seasonal consultant who sells for a short period of time and just wants to earn a certain amount or reach a certain goal, and they stop selling after that. The hobbyist does things every so often, and they're a little bit inconsistent, and they just kind of work when it's convenient or when they need the money, right? An on-site consultant works for a company with lots of employees. They makes it convenient for everyone to order and earn extra income. So basically, that is somebody who is kind of working all the time, right? Part-time, they are consistent, but they're part-time, they desire to work a specified monthly income to pay for certain things, and then the business building income, where they view this as a viable career and actually build their team, right? And this is their job rather than a side job. I guess the statistics in Posh this is kind of like the 5 Posh thing, right? So if you haven't seen this before, each finger represents 20% of the consultants in Posh, okay? Now, 60% of Posh consultants are social poshers. We have no Posh, social poshers, and then we have full-time Posh. So if you are working consistently and getting in PV consistently and hitting 200 or 500 each month, then you are actually considered social or full-time, depending on if you're building a team. If you haven't thought about building a team, or if you want to build a team, let's go over how you approach people. I think that if you think about it, okay, so Posh is a business where we build relationships, right? So we're not selling, we're not salespeople or anything like that. We are consultants. We help people. We're here for customer service and to help people. So we're in the business of building relationships. So building relationships with people means that you are on one-on-one, you do one-on-one kind of consultations, or you talk to people personally about stuff, and that is like going to be my biggest recruiting tip probably is that you want to make sure that you are sharing Posh, and you offer the opportunity to everybody, okay? So if you are doing a party for a hostess, I always make sure that they know that if they wanted to sign up and have the party under them and earn 20% commission, then they can do that. And then I always give them the opportunity to do that, and you present it to anybody regardless of who they are. So even if you don't think that someone might be interested, you want to present them with the opportunity as well. And it's more of an FYI, just in case you wanted to think about it. This is a great opportunity, etc. If they're not interested, that's okay. But now you kind of planted the seed and you put that in their mind, right? Another thing that is a really great way to do recruiting is by doing proactive recruiting or intentional recruiting. So that is where you are actually going to talk to those who you're going to make your list of people that you think that you want to work with. This is your dream team. These are the people who you want to work with on your team because you think they're awesome, or you think that they would do really well, or you think they'd like doing like Posh. And then you're going to go out and talk to them, and you're going to present them with the opportunity, which means you're like, hey, I think you would be so great with Posh. You love all this natural stuff, and you already love the product. So have you ever thought about joining my team, or have you ever thought about, you know, getting the commission for yourself, right? And I have a video that I will post also, but you can also check it out. But you want to make sure that you have information ready for these people that you are talking to. So if you are personally reaching out to people, you can tell them about it or ask them about it and be like, you know, if you're not interested, that's fine, but like, you know, let me send you some information about it so you can look through it on your own time. If they're okay with that, send them a recruiting packet, and all that is it's going to be more information. Most people like looking through booklets and like little, you know, like they can find stuff online, but it's a lot easier to be able to present them with stuff that they can flip through and kind of look at, you know, to get their brain kind of, to get them thinking about it. And that is your recruiting packet. And you always want to look at your why as well. So this is what I send out in a recruiting packet, always send out in a recruiting packet, which is probably the most important thing that you can include in your recruiting packet is your why and your reason for doing Posh, for joining Posh, or for continuing with Posh, and why Posh is important to you. So that's actually probably the first thing that I want you guys to do and to think about is, why did you join Posh? Why is it important to you? And what keeps you going? Make sure you get this written down. Either get it into a doc or write it down, do a video, do something so that you have it documented, so that you can go back to it every so often. And your why can change as you go through your business as well. So get your why down in some form, and that's what you want to make sure you're sharing with the people that you're personally talking to, so that they understand why you joined, and so that they can kind of feel like more of a closer relationship to you. Because anyone can just say, you know, join my team, but if you share with them something personal about yourself, then that really that definitely adds a more personal touch. Because we aren't here just to work with, we're not here for the just for selling product or just for building team. We're here because of the relationships, and the team that you're building these are the people that you're going to stick with. And you want to make sure that they realize that it's a family. It's more of it's also a family thing, you know, and that they want to go with somebody that they are comfortable with, they feel it can help them in their journey, whether it be to be a social posher or a full-time posher. And that's another thing. That's another point I want to make, is that all types of consultants are welcome at Posh. And that's another thing that you can present to those who are on your dream team, or if you have customers who are buying regularly from you. If they're buying at least $200 or $300 each twice a year, then they're already basically doing social Posh. And this is what, you know, present them with that opportunity. If they're doing a party every catalog change, why, you know, tell them that they can be earning their commission back just by doing what they would normally do anyway. And it, you know, tell them. And I was watching another video, and I thought, or I was looking at other videos and other recruiting, how different people have presented recruiting strategies, and a lot of, you want to make sure that you're presenting the opportunity with a no stress scenario, right? So you can get the kit, and worst case scenario is you have a lot of Posh product that you love and at a great value. That's the worst case scenario. If you never sell a thing or buy a thing, that's okay. You've just gotten a ton of product for super cheap, and it's a great value. If you love it and you decide to share it, we can see what happens. We can see, you know, if you can build your business from there. And that's kind of the thing that is also that you want to make sure that you're pointing out to people, is that they don't, there's no obligation. You're not going to hound them and tell them that they need to sell or that they need to work or whatever, right? Like, everyone is here to do Posh at their own pace, and you're there to help them every step of the way, right? Which hopefully that kind of helps. But if team building seems scary to you because you're not quite ready to be a team leader, like, it's really not as scary as you might think. You're just basically gonna help somebody, like the way that you wanted help when you first started, right? Like when you first started, you had questions. So who did you ask? You asked your sponsor or your team leader or whatever, right? Or you asked me, which is great because I'm your premier leader, and that's totally cool. But this is that's all it is, right? You have support. So even if you're afraid to kind of to step into that team leader role, I promise it's not as scary as it seems. And it is, as long as you are willing to help, then you'll be fine. As long as you are, even if you don't know all the answers, that's okay. You're gonna find out the answers, right? Like with the best intentions in mind, you're gonna do well as a team leader. And team building it sounds scary to talk to people about this opportunity, but you're not trying to sell them anything. So if you're just sharing with them why you love Posh and why you love being a consultant and why you love doing this, then it'll show. It's way more genuine. In which I said this is why the why Posh thing is so important, because everyone has a different why. It might be along the same lines as other people, but when it comes from your point of view, it's different, and it's amazing to read everyone's different whys. So hopefully that helps. If you are recruiting and make sure that you are, which I recommend you not necessarily go try to recruit, but present the opportunity, make sure people know that it's an option. Remember that every month we have 2 starter kit options, Lots of Posh kit, which comes with one of a lot of different products, or the Double the Posh kit, which comes with 2 of some products, right? Both kits come with a bonus exclusive, and then if there's different specials each month. But this month, the bonus exclusive is a body wash, and they're also getting a hoodie. So that's really fun for January. And then something else to point out is that we do have like a quick start props program, which is great to let new people aware of, to make sure that new people are aware of, is that they can earn even more goodies right off the bat. There are 15-day props, 30, 60, and 90-day props. The monthly awards, that's also something. And if you guys have questions on any of this stuff, feel free to ask. And then also, we are still in our spring incentive period, which means you earn even more stuff for hitting all these other goals. So if you don't know what that is, that's the spring incentive. So you get just more stuff. You can go to perfectlyposh.com/spring incentive to learn more about that or ask me questions about it. But there are so many different goodies that people can earn right now, and we have training for everybody right off the bat with the Prep Academy. So even those new people who are very apprehensive because they don't really know what to expect, be sure to let them know that it's okay. There are a lot of leaders in this company that started Posh not with no intention to sell, and with no training whatsoever, and they've been doing great because Posh gives you all of the steps that you need to succeed, and that's always a great bonus. And then, like I said, there's lots of team support, lots of Posh sisterhood support, because we are a company all about, sharing and helping each other out, regardless of uplines or downlines or whatever. So again, like obviously you can kind of tell that's one of the things I really like about Posh, which is why one of my whys is the team. and the people. It's a family, and I absolutely love it, which is why it's totally in my why. But there are a lot of bonuses for this, and I just hope that you guys kind of go out there and talk to people about it and share with them, and make sure that you think yourself about why you love it, and it'll help you share the opportunity with others as well. So that's kind of my spiel. Sorry if it was a little bit all over the place today. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to post on the team page, and you can ask me whenever. So hopefully that helps. Have a great night, guys.